Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is doing well this evening. It's a beautiful day in Orlando, Florida, I must say. Not quite that true fall weather, but it is nice outside. And I hope you're ready for some food for your mind, your body, and your soul. So I'm excited to join you today as this is the week of Thanksgiving, right? So, those who are joining me live, I thank you for joining me live. I always appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to just pause and join me. And for those who are listening to the replay, I thank you for joining in as well, pausing in your hectic day to tune in and just get a little nutrition news for you. And before we chime in, as you are logging on, I'm seeing people chiming on today. Please feel free to say hello to me. Let me know where you're chiming in from. That'd be great. And I just look forward to today's call. And I just want to simply lift up prayers to everybody as this is a holiday week. All of the kids are home. Many people are off from work. So I wish safe travels, those that are traveling and those who are gathering in large families or in large groups. I wish safety for you all. Please continue to exercise safety precautions and controls. We are still in a pandemic, so please be mindful of that and just enjoy the holiday season with food, fun, and fellowship. So today's topic is yes, you can indulge on Thanksgiving Day. So, never thought you'd hear a dietitian say that, huh? But yes, you can indulge. I encourage my clients to enjoy the holiday season, especially if you spent majority of the year working on losing weight and working on trying to track those calories. Don't stress about the holidays. You can enjoy the holidays. You can have those holiday favorites, even if they're not on that healthy list. You can still enjoy all that without 15 pounds sitting on you or without you having to set New Year's resolutions in January. So, all of that is said, who does not want to enjoy Thanksgiving? Who doesn't want to enjoy the favorites, right? In most cases, you're this is food that you're seeing that you're not going to see again till either next Thanksgiving or Christmas, right? So guess what? This is exactly what most of us do. We have that inner gremlin inside of us, and you know you're not going to see this food again. And so what do? We just go all in, okay, to the point where we get sick in some cases. We are all guilty of it. I am just as well. So today I'm going to reveal three surefire tips to help you avoid having to loosen up your pants after the big meal. So we want you to enjoy, but we don't want you to feel like you're about to pop. Okay. So before we join in, let's see here. Ah, hey, Elisa, Chicago. All right. I know it's cold up there and you all are still on lockdown. So people in Florida are complaining about being on the lockdown that we're on, but they don't have anything. No restaurants, no bars, no schools. Everything is on lockdown. So which is safe, which is probably the best thing to do. But good to get. I'm glad that you're on, Elisa. And so, before I get into the topic, I am super, super, super excited to share some news with you all, like groundbreaking news. First, I have launched my all new redesigned website. So, I highly recommend that you go out and check it out. It is at actionchoices.com. I'm going to put that information in the comments section for you all to check it out. I'm very excited about that. And also, even more excited to share that I have this newly designed and it's amazing free guide for you all. And it's called Jumpstart Your Weight Loss and Boost Your Energy Levels. And this includes 3 days of meals, recipes, an itemized grocery list, and a meal prep guide. So if you are struggling with losing weight, confused about or overwhelmed about what to eat, what to do to control those cravings, wake up feeling tired and sluggish every day, you definitely want to download this amazing guide. And I will put the URL up for you all to see how to grab that. I'll put it in two places for you as well. So I definitely highly recommend. I'm very excited about this new guide, and you can download it from the website as well. And so while people are still chiming on, I still people tuning in. Let's see here. I see some comments here. Let's see here. Okay. So if you all are able to see me and hear me, give me a thumbs up or give me some kind of indication because I'm seeing a message here that there are some problems with my internet connection. So if you all are able to hear me, see me, please just kind of post a message so I'll make sure that I am still online with you all. And so I will do a quick introduction of myself. And my name is Sandra Gultry. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist for adults who are just motivated and committed, not just about losing weight, but more importantly, to keep the weight off, okay? Without dieting, without feeling deprived or feeling like you have to give up your favorite foods. And so I believe in a total body approach, not just quick fixes. And so I just want to share that with you. And it's as simple as that. I just want to help you to be able to sustain things for a longer term basis. Great. Thank you for letting me know that you can hear me. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And so let's tune in. Let's go into the topic here. So I always like to ask questions. And so my first question for you all are, what's your track record with Thanksgiving? Okay. After you eat, do you feel like you normally take a nap? Do you feel sick? Do you feel guilty? Or do you find yourself, oh, I'm good. I'm feeling good. So what has been your track record with Thanksgiving and the big day and the big feast? So you feel like you need to take a nap, feel sick, or you feel guilty, or do you just feel good overall because you just know you just enjoyed the day? So just kind of give me some insight on who we have on the call and what your experience has been. So, surefire tip number one on how you can indulge in Thanksgiving without packing on the pounds. So, number one, do not skip breakfast. Okay. I cannot express that, not just for the holidays, but any day of the week. Do not skip breakfast. It is so very important. And this is a common mistake, a very common mistake that people make during the holidays because, one, of course, schedules get the best of us and we just kind of lose track of it. But the old cliche is really true. Breakfast really is the most important meal of the day. And a lot of times, when we eat a balanced breakfast, it boosts our energy levels. Okay, it revs up our metabolism. It helps to prevent us from showing up at the Thanksgiving table starving. Okay, that's what you don't want to avoid, or that is exactly what you want to avoid because when you show up to the Thanksgiving table starving, that is a recipe for overeating. Guaranteed, guaranteed. So but you want it to be balanced. You want it to be adequate. So you want it to contain some carbohydrates. This is another place where people tend to make a mistake is they cut out the carbs at breakfast. So you want to have some type of healthy carb, fruit. It can be whole grains, dairy. A combination of all three is even better. Lean protein and some healthy fats. So just have a combination of all of that, and that will give you energy that you've never experienced, and it will save you from packing on the extra pounds at dinner at that Thanksgiving feast. And you can still enjoy your coffee, okay? But the mistake is you don't want to have just coffee with or without fruit. You don't want to just have a protein shake, and so you want to make sure that it's balanced, okay? And so I want to poll. Oh, okay, I see some comments here. Let me look. Okay, most people feel good. So that means you all have gotten past the, oh my gosh, there's this scrumptious food in front of me, so I can't control myself. So that's great. And I see Krista on the line and another person. I'm not able to see your name, but thank you for chiming in and joining in. And so my next question for you is, let's rewind. So on Thanksgiving Day or even Christmas or any major holiday or major event, do you have breakfast? Okay, do you have breakfast, or do you end up not eating at all? So what is your experience? Okay, okay, and also feel free to post if you do eat, what you do eat on that morning of Thanksgiving. What do you typically have? So that'll be good to share if you're willing to. I'll be happy to read that. So post if you do have breakfast, and then or if you don't eat breakfast, and it's okay if you don't. So hopefully will encourage you to think about it because this is all about mindfulness. It's not a judgment zone. It's all about being mindful and to help people to make different choices in the future. Okay, so moving into point number two, surefire tip number two to help avoid having to loosen up your pants after the big meal. So you don't want to save up calories for the big meal, okay? So this kind of piggybacks off of breakfast. So this is another common mistake, okay? You want to save up calories because you know it's going to be higher in fat, it's going to be high, you're going to eat a little bit more, but you don't want to show up starving to the point that you have no control. That's what you want to avoid at the end of the day. And honestly, you will eat more calories because you will eat fast. And then you'll eat so fast that when you finally finish your food, you don't even feel like you ate anything. So the natural next step is to make another plate. And then once you do that, you eat it, and then that's when the brain registers and the stomach signal has gone to the brain and it said, oh, wow, I'm full. But by this time, you're stuffed. Okay. And most people, they feel sick. That's when you want to take that nap. Okay. So you want to try to avoid that. Okay. So when food is given power because you only eat it once a year, it's an all or nothing thing. So I want you to enjoy the food, but and then make a plate. See, that's another reason I think people overeat is that, like, if I don't eat it now, it's not going to be there. There's too many people here. Make a plate, put it to the side so you will know that you have some of those favorites later, but don't feel like you have to have it all right then and there because it's not worth it's not worth the after effects that your body has to go through. Okay. And so let's see here before I go into the next question I'm going to give you. Sometimes a bit of what I'm eating. Okay. Okay. So the next question that I'm going to post is, what is your typical hunger level? Okay. Just before it's time to eat, just before it's time for that big meal. So are you ready to eat? You're ready to eat. You've done pretty good for the day. Are you hungry? Or are you starving? Like when I say starving, like you're to the point where you're about to pass out. Okay. So ideally, you want to feel ready. You can even feel a little bit munchy, a little bit hungry to the point where, it's okay for if somebody said, oh, we got to wait 15 more minutes before the food is ready, you're not going to get upset. So that's really what the ideal is. So if you're hungry, that's a good place because you still have control. If you're starving, that's what I call that danger zone. Okay, that's a danger zone and it's a set up for overeating. So you want to avoid getting to that point because you're going to see everything. Everything's going to look good. Your eyes are going to be real big and the plate's going to it's just going to pile up. Okay, and that's where we get in trouble. And usually this happens when we skip breakfast. Okay, and if your dinner is around the normal dinner time, like 5, 6, or 7, or something like that, you don't want to skip lunch either, because again, you don't want to allow yourself to get too hungry. All righty. Let's just see if you're hungry. Okay, thank you. Krista said she was hungry, so that's a good place to be. You want to be ready to eat, but not starving. All righty. And let's see here. So tip number 3. Let's go into that one. Our final one to help you avoid having to loosen up your pants, okay, is don't go back for seconds. Okay. This is where we really get in trouble is when we go back for a second. Very common, very common. Because usually that first plate is pretty high. It's usually we want everything. We want a little bit of everything. If you got 12 different things on the menu, your plate is going to be full. Okay. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. So there's a lot of good food to choose from, and you want to have a little bit of everything, but don't go back for seconds. Let it kind of settle. Give it about 10 or 15 minutes for it to settle, and you'll realize that you're good. You don't need to go back for that second one. But when everything tastes so good, you don't realize you're full because we're eating it so fast. And this is the danger with allowing yourself to get too hungry. Okay, so try not to go back for seconds. Kind of wait it off, and because remember, you got dessert. You haven't had dessert yet, so you got to think about that too. Okay, and so again, let me put up and let me take a poll and let me see where people fall after that meal. Okay, do you find yourself stuffed? Do you find yourself feeling guilty? You find yourself and let me know if you go back for seconds, okay? Or if you're somebody who typically does not go back for seconds, but if you do go back for seconds, kind of post if you do go back for seconds. Do you find yourself doing that? And so that'll be good to know too. And so if you're stuffed, that means, that's kind of a sign, yeah, I overdid it. I overdid it. If you're guilty, that's when we kind of find ourselves saying, I had no business going back for more. Even sometimes we don't even fill our plate completely up. We may get a little bit of more dressing or more mac and cheese. Let me just get a little bit more, and then that usually takes us over the edge. And then, and if you typically don't have seconds, then a lot of times your plate has you've made it to the point where you're just stuffed, and then you'll just have some left over. So let me know where you fall in that realm. So Krista says she's stuffed. Yes, I'm there too. I'm there too. And sometimes stuffed is not a bad thing. It's like overstuffed and then they're stuffed. So I encourage you to wake up on Thanksgiving morning. I want you to feel excitement. I want you to feel joy. I want you to look forward to your family and your friends and your fellowship. However you're going to do it this year. Some people are doing it via Zoom. Some people are actually getting together. So it just depends on how you are doing it. But start your day off as if you would any other day. Okay. Have a solid breakfast. And if you're somebody who doesn't usually have breakfast because you don't feel hungry, this is the perfect time to start, because once you start eating breakfast, then your body will signal to you to eat breakfast. And this is how we get gas in our tank to get ourselves going in the morning. And then avoid saving calories, okay? You want to have a meal at least 4 hours before the big feast. Okay. So if you know you got about 4 hours left, and don't try to hold out, don't try to wait it out, eat something. Okay. And you want to feel ready to eat. So slightly hungry, munchy, but you don't want to feel lightheaded. You don't want to feel short tempered, and stay hydrated. Water, water, water. Drink water throughout the day. Okay. And so, for those of you who missed my announcement earlier, I encourage you. I am very, very, very excited, and I'm going to post this again. I'm very, very excited to share that I have a brand new redesigned website. So definitely check it out. Actionchoices.com. I posted the URL in the comments section, and I have an amazing free guide that you can download, and it's called Jumpstart Your Weight Loss and Boost Your Energy Levels, which is a 3-day meal plan, recipe, and itemized grocery list, and a prep guide. So for those of you who need some steps or a roadmap on what day to plan what and when to cook what, this will be a perfect guide for you. And it's designed if you find yourself struggling with weight loss, or you're just confused about what to eat, or you need to control those cravings, or you want to wake up more refreshed and more energized. This is definitely an excellent start for you. So I encourage you to download it. It's free, and it has a wealth of information in there as well to support the plan. So thank you so much for tuning in. Continue to exercise safety precautions and protect yourself as we're still in this pandemic. Praying that it ends soon. Enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family and friends, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye bye.